Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is gonna be a little different. Welcome to my fabric hoarding station. My fabric collection. So I'm just gonna get started and I'm just gonna go through all the different kinds of fabrics and what I have, and just, if you're nosy like me and you wanna see what my fabric looks like and just pretend that it's yours for a little bit, because we all want what we don't have. So if you wanna look at it, here it is. So I'm gonna start going through it right away. So basically I'll just start at the top over here. So these are my sweater knits, French terries, things like that. And then I have a lot of the stripes and things like that up here. And then we have these rayons here. They're all pretty much the same. They all have pretty much the same characteristics, and that's kind of why I group them together. These are kind of like the darker colors, although there's a few light ones in there. But basically I like to be able to see everything really well. I don't want my fabric to be stuffed in a bin to where, like, if I think of a pattern I want to make, like, I have to go searching in all these bins. Like, I like to just kind of, in order for my inspiration to work, I like to just kind of see everything and then be able to pick a fabric for whatever pattern I want to make. Or sometimes I start with the fabric and then I say, what does that remind me of? And then I'll make a pattern based on what it reminds me of. And of course I try to use my stash as much as possible, but as you can see, I add to my stash all the time. So I have a lot of tinsel twills here. They start here and kind of go down to here. This is also a tinsel twill. And then I have some viscose twills. There's a tinsel twill as well. And this is, I think, is a viscose batiste. So I haven't sewn too much with these. I use this for like a coat lining, this viscose satin twill. But I think it's from the fabric store. But it's so slippery, so I haven't used too much of it. Here's a sand wash rayon. And then these are all silk noils, which I cannot believe. It's almost embarrassing. I have so many of them, but I just fell in love with this fabric completely. And I've wanted to use them for a couple of projects, but I didn't realize when I ordered them that there is only 45 inches wide, and so I can't make as many things as I want to out of the amount that I got, but I will get to using some more soon. My pants are made out of silk noil, so I do love it. Here's some more viscose and rayon. I kind of grouped these down here because this shelf was full, and they're more like the summer colors and spring colors, and so I put those down here. And then I have some smaller amounts of fabric in here, like my gems. Like I got this Liberty of London 100% silk in the remnant bin, and it's just 1 meter, and so that's really cool. I was thinking of making either a scarf or like maybe squeezing an Ogden cami out of that or something. And then I have some Atelier Brunette. That was a remnant as well. And then some satin, and then that's some polyester from Joann. So this shelf is kind of mixed. And then I have a lot of my big fabrics down here. This is a double gauze. This is just a big amount of some rayon and more. I think this is linen. What do you call it? Crinkled linen. There we go. That's the word. But yeah, that's that shelf. And then let me come over here. Starting up here, I have some more ponties, some sweater knits, things like that. These are like real thick things that kind of take up a lot of room in the shelf, so I just like to stick them up there. And then this is my favorite shelf. I managed to fit, just by the way that I folded it, which I'll go through that in a sec, I managed to fit every single piece of Liberty of London fabric that I have in this. Like, to look at this shelf makes me so happy. But probably about 70% of these were from the remnant bin. And so they weren't as much as they would normally cost, but there's a few that I paid full price for because I couldn't live without them. I think this is one of them and that one, but the rest of them were all on sale. Okay, and then I have some more viscose, rayon, stuff like that. Double crepe or bubble crepe, excuse me. And let's see, just some more rayons, I think. This is kind of was more of my fall shelf, but I have a few little pieces of summery fabric, which I totally forgot about this mushroom fabric. It's so cute. So there's the problem if you have as much as I have to try to get something out. There we go. Yep, definitely got to make something with this soon. It's pretty awesome. Putting that in the pile. So whenever I want to make a project, I will literally just take it out of the pile, throw it on the floor, and then I put a pattern on top of it. It's super, super high tech, okay? That's basically what I do because I'm a very visual person and I just don't have the patience to draw. So anyway, that's that. These are linens mostly, or linen blends. Some of them I just have a small amount and some of them I have a lot left. So those are all linens. And then I have some more linens here, but these are like the printed linens or the striped linens or things like that. They're all beautiful. This is sand wash rayon. So there's some more sand wash rayon. I guess I don't have it on this other shelf just because it didn't fit. So I mixed it with this. So those are beautiful. And then there's some knits down here. Move that out of the way. These are some knits. And so I just have like pattern knits on this shelf. Some of them are thin jerseys and some of them are more thick cotton jerseys, but I like to put all my knits together. And so moving over here, I have some more knits. These are a lot, I don't know why this one is there, but mostly I have my stripes on this section. Probably just needs to move. I haven't moved it, but so if I want a striped knit, I kind of go there. And these are, I have striped knits up high as well, as you saw earlier, but these are more like the cotton jersey ones. The thinner ones, like more for like t-shirts and things like that instead of sweaters. Here's some more knits. These are more of sweater knits, and I put these down here because they have like a pattern or whatever. This is See You at 6, which I love them. This is also just a pattern. It's a thicker, just cotton jersey stripe. This was a remnant jersey that I got from Guthrie and Ghani. And then here I start with some of my double gauze fabric or just some cotton, like regular cotton fabric. Here's some Japanese fabric here. And then I have some voile as well, or voile. I don't really know still how you say that, but there's some of that right here. This is really pretty. I got this from Indie Sew. So this is kind of an assortment. These are just like regular cottons, like some of them are kind of plain. There's some solids. Here's a pretty lemon fabric that I really like, which I need to use soon. And I'm losing my words for what all these fabrics are called, but seersucker, there we go. There's some seersucker. And then, yeah, so that's that. And then this, so I have these kind of next to my Liberty of London, because Liberty of London, these are all pretty much like cotton lawns right here. I think there's one like quilting cotton right there, but they're mostly cotton lawns. And so these are like my cotton lawns that they're not quite as well, they're still amazing, but they just don't belong on the Liberty shelf because this is all just Liberty. And so, but they're still awesome. And there's some cotton lawns here. And then that's obviously not cotton lawn. That's actually waxed cotton that I'm going to use to make Jody a messenger bag when I finally get around to it from my last makes challenge video. And this will be the inside of it. So it's still here, so I still need to make it. Okay, and then way up there, I've got some sweater knits, like way in the back. And these just, they don't have any space because I don't have any more room. And so these are just newer fabrics that I've gotten recently. So yeah, I've got some linen, some silk, rayon, you know, just stuff like that. There's some linen as well. So then you would think that this is good enough, but that's not all. I've had to spill over into other sections, so follow me over here. Okay, so this is swim lining and just swim fabrics in general. I've got a couple of different kinds here, and I pretty much bought all of these last year, so they're just kind of hoarded basically. These don't really have a home because I just bought them recently, but underneath are pretty much all my solids, my knit solids. There's some rib knit, and some of them are thicker than others. And some of these, I hate to say, were kind of back before I knew a lot about fabric, and I still keep them because I can practice with them and things like that, but some of them just don't hang right and they're not the best quality, but I still keep them anyways. But there's some good ones in here. Okay, and then I tried to group my bottom weights together, and so it's not perfect, but most of these are stretch. They have some kind of stretch to them, either that or they're like a cotton poplin that I can maybe use like for some pants or something. And so anything that's like I can kind of sew the same kind of things with it, I like to group it together. And so like I could make pants out of these, but this is just a cotton poplin, whereas this is like stretch denim, and but they could both be used for the same kind of thing. So here is wax cotton, British Malarian wax cotton that I got from Guthrie & Ghani, which I love. And here's some twill that I got from Joann's, which I'm in love with, that I want to make, I think, some Jenny overalls out of, so that'll be really good. And then here are like my non-stretch bottom weights. So I've got some cotton twills, and I think this is like bark cloth I got like on clearance one time. Here's some denim. A lot of this is Comb Mills denim. And here's some white denim that I want to make some jeans out of, which there would have been a time that I would have never made white jeans, but I kind of want to now. But you know, anyways, so there's that, and that's pretty much it for this section. I have one more section, so follow me. I could show them my, hi, you are? Okay, so we're entering George's room. Here it is. I'm borrowing his closet. So I put these in his room because I'm not going to need them anytime soon because summer is coming. But these are wools. I got this for deer and doe opium coats, so maybe one day I can make that. Here's some wool. These are all wools. There's another one that's super nice. And I've made pants out of these that I blogged about, but it was thrifted fabric, and it came with like a lot, so I still have a lot left. Oh, and here's another wool. Another wool that I made George's coat out of, so you might recognize it. Okay, and then here's some corduroy. And this is like flannel, you know, stuff like that I've got. And actually it's funny because this, I forgot this was in here. This is actually sparkly black rayon. I don't know why I stuck it in here. I think it's because I probably don't plan on using it until the winter comes around. So, and then I've got some sparkles down here, which kind of remind me of the holidays and Christmas, and so I probably won't be using that anytime soon. And then I've got some sparkly black and white stretch cotton jersey. And then I've got stretch velvets, 3 colors, which I probably won't plan on using anytime soon. And then I've kind of got some random like leftover fabrics in here. And then that's about it for my fabric. And then we'll save another video for whenever I go through my patterns, which are on this side. But real quick, before I let you go, I'm going to show you how I fold my fabrics and store it. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to go through how I organize and store my fabric. And the first thing I do when my fabric comes in is wash it. I used to not wash it right when it came in, but then I got really annoyed because when I would have a project I want to do and I would be like, yes, this fabric is perfect. And then I would be like, oh, I can't start it right now. I need to wash it. So I started just washing it when it comes in. So while the fabric's in the washer, I get these, and I'll link them down below, but I get these little comic book boards, and I get one out. I look up the confirmation email or the paper that came with the fabric when I ordered it, or whatever has all the information about this fabric, and I write it down on this piece of cardboard. So what I do is I write down the name of the fabric designer sometimes, like sometimes it's Cotton and Steel or See You at 6 or Art Gallery or something like that. And so I usually write that down. And then I'll write down like this one is Cotton and Steel front yard rayon, and so the name is front yard, and the type of fabric is rayon. And if it has a percentage of what it is, like percentage of rayon or percentage of linen, or if it's like a cotton linen, I'll usually put the percents on here. And this says it's the Scarlet Mushrooms, so that's this one. And I always put where I got the fabric from, because one, if I want to order more, I know where to get it. And two, when I show the garment on Instagram, I like to give credit to whatever fabric store I got it from. So this is from Fabric Worm. And I always, even though I wash all my fabric now, I still have some fabric in here that I haven't washed because I didn't do that a long time ago. I always write whether or not I'm washing it. And so if it's in the washer, like when I'm making this card, I put washed. And so a lot of times I don't dry it, I'll hang it dry, but at least it's washed. And I always put the width of the fabric here. And then I always put how much I have. And so this one I have 2 yards and it's 45 inches wide. So, and I used to just put like a number like 2, but now that I've ordered so much from the UK and Canada, a lot of times their fabrics come in meters. And so I'll put the Y for yards, or I'll put an M for meters. Or I can just, convert it. If I get, 2 meters, I'll put how many yards that is. But I make sure I put the amount. And that way, when I want to do a project and I see this in my shelf, I can pull it out, look at the information, because I can look at the pattern to see how much I need, look at the information and be like, okay, I have enough, or okay, I don't have enough. And I can decide like right then and there, lady. That's my dog, and my husband is riling her up, so yes, he is. So I can know right away if it's gonna work. And so if it's not gonna work, I can just put it right back in, and I don't have to get out like 5 different things and then like lay them all out and see how much I have, and that's way too much work. I would never get like anything done. So, and then how I fold it, I would show you this like super cool like time-lapse video of me folding my fabric, but I'm telling you, it is not rocket science. I used to do it a special way, but now I just kind of do whatever's easiest and whatever makes it the shape of this or the width of this. So if it's 45-inch wide fabric, what you can do is you can fold it, here it is, you can fold it in half long ways, like selvage to selvage, and then you can fold it in half again, and then it's pretty much the right width for these cards. So, but if it's 60-inch wide fabric, which I've been buying a lot more lately, what you have to do to get the proper width is when it's folded in half like this, you have to fold it in thirds basically. So you have to do this down the entire length of your fabric. So if you have like 4 yards, it's really hard to do. And then you have to fold it like this, and then it'll be the right width. And I just am like, no, I'm not doing that. That's too much work. So if I have 45-inch wide fabric, it's pretty easy. But if I have 60-inch wide, a lot of times I'll just fold it in half. I usually fold it in half lengthwise. And then I'll just like fold the whole thing in half. And then I'll just kind of like fold it and fold it some more. And then I'm like, yeah, that looks good. And then I put my little paper inside of it. That's it, because I don't have time to be doing all this crazy stuff. But anyway, so that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed looking through all my fabric. I know I have a lot, and I've been really trying to like make 4 or 5 garments before I buy something new. I started out good at the beginning of the year, but it's kind of been not as good lately. But I'm a lot better than I used to be last year because I'm really trying to use what I have because that's the most efficient way and that's the best way to do it. But I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you enjoyed looking and seeing how I fold my fabric as well. I think it's really great. By the way, I know it's by a window, but I close those, I close the blinds most of the time right there because I know that the sun could damage my fabric. So I really try to kind of keep that closed. One day I think I'm going to put them in drawers and that'll be better. But I really like seeing them as of right now. It helps with my inspiration. So anyways, tell me if you have any questions, put them down below. If you like any of my fabrics or something, then we can talk about that because that's always fun. If you have any suggestions for what I should make with any of my fabrics, like if something just hits you and you're like, oh, I really like that fabric and I would make blah, blah, blah with it, just let me know. That would be awesome. We could talk about that. And then if you like this video, just subscribe down below. Check out my blog. I have a lot of blog posts on there and fun things. And then check out my Instagram link below. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye. That's my dog, and my husband is riling her out. So, yes, he is. Stop. You ruined her. Anyways, I'm almost done. I can't just wait. I can't just wait to play. Get her out of here. I'm gonna have an asthma attack.